Welcome back to Life Out There. Today, we're diving into the hauntingly beautiful world of abandoned cities, 10 colossal metropolises that were once bustling with life, but now stand eerily empty. What drove their creation, and what mysterious forces led to their decline? Join us on this captivating journey through time, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing tales of our planet's most enigmatic locations. 1. Ordos, China, the modern ghost city. Ordos, located in Inner Mongolia, was once hailed as the future of urban living, with state-of-the-art buildings and a layout designed to accommodate over 1 million people. Built in the early 2000s during China's real estate boom, the city was intended to be a thriving hub for commerce and residential life. However, high property prices, a lack of job opportunities, and an economy that couldn't support such rapid growth led to its downfall. Despite having world-class infrastructure, the city remains largely uninhabited. Only a fraction of the expected population ever moved in, and the vast majority of buildings sit empty. It's a prime example of a real estate bubble that burst before the city could ever flourish. 2. Naypyidaw, Myanmar, the purpose-built capital. Naypyidaw, the capital city of Myanmar, was built in secret and officially unveiled in 2005. Spanning an area 6 times the size of New York City, it was intended to be a bustling political and administrative hub. However, despite its impressive infrastructure, including vast highways and lavish government buildings, the population never came. The city's size and isolation make it feel desolate, with wide, empty streets and buildings that rarely see use. One of the reasons for its emptiness is its remote location, far from the country's major economic centers. Additionally, the government's decision to move the capital from Yangon to this newly built city was met with skepticism and confusion by both locals and international observers. As a result, few people have relocated to Naypyidaw, leaving it largely unoccupied. 3. Kilamba, Angola, the overbuilt dream city. Kilamba was constructed by a Chinese firm near Angola's capital, Luanda, as part of a government initiative to provide modern housing for the country's growing middle class. Built to house 500,000 people, the city boasts thousands of brightly colored apartment buildings, schools, and shopping centers. However, high property prices and economic instability left most of the apartments vacant. The majority of Angola's population cannot afford to live in Kilamba despite its modern amenities. The city's empty streets and buildings are a stark contrast to the overcrowded conditions in nearby Luanda. Kilamba's failure to attract residents highlights the disparity between the government's vision and the reality of the country's economic situation. 4. Ashgabat, Turkmenistan, the marble city of excess. Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, holds the record for the highest concentration of white marble buildings in the world. Built with oil and gas wealth, the city is a display of grandeur and luxury, featuring golden statues, monumental buildings, and lavish public spaces. However, behind this opulence lies a city that feels strangely deserted. Strict government control and surveillance deter many people from moving to Ashgabat, and the authoritarian regime's grip on daily life has stifled economic growth and social freedom. The population of Ashgabat is small compared to its vast infrastructure, and many of its grand buildings remain underused. The government's focus on aesthetics and monumentalism has left little room for the development of a vibrant, thriving urban community. 5. Fukushima, Japan, the abandoned disaster zone. Fukushima was once a bustling city in Japan, known for its rich agricultural lands and close-knit communities. However, the 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and subsequent nuclear disaster forced the evacuation of the entire region. The radiation levels made it unsafe for residents to return, leaving the city and surrounding areas abandoned. What remains is a haunting reminder of the destructive power of nature and human-made disasters. Homes, schools, and businesses were left exactly as they were when residents fled, creating an eerie time capsule of life before the catastrophe. While some areas of Fukushima have been declared safe and people have returned, large parts of the city remain uninhabitable. The ongoing fear of radiation exposure and the emotional toll of the disaster continue to keep many former residents from coming back. 6. Pripyat, Ukraine, the Chernobyl ghost town. Pripyat was once a thriving Soviet city, home to workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant and their families. However, in 1986, the infamous nuclear disaster forced the immediate evacuation of the entire population. What remains today is a haunting ghost town, frozen in time with homes, schools, and amusement parks left exactly as they were when people fled. The high levels of radiation made it impossible for residents to return, and the city has been abandoned ever since. Pripyat's decay is a chilling reminder of the dangers of nuclear energy and the human cost of the Chernobyl disaster. Over the years, nature has begun to reclaim the city, with trees and plants growing through buildings and wildlife roaming the empty streets. 7. Varosah, Cyprus, the forgotten resort city. Varosah was once a glamorous seaside resort in Cyprus, attracting celebrities and tourists from around the world. However, following the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974, the city was abandoned as its residents fled the conflict. Varosah has remained frozen in time ever since, sealed off by the Turkish military and left to decay. The once bustling hotels, shops, and restaurants now stand as crumbling ruins, overtaken by nature. Attempts to negotiate the return of Varosah to its former residents have repeatedly failed, leaving the city in limbo. The beach, once filled with sunbathers, is now deserted, and the streets are eerily silent. While there have been recent talks about reopening parts of the city, it remains one of the most significant examples of a modern ghost town. 8. Bodie, California, the Wild West ghost town. Bodie was once a booming gold mining town during the California Gold Rush, attracting thousands of people seeking their fortune. At its peak, Bodie had a population of around 10,000, complete with saloons, schools, and homes. However, as the gold deposits dried up, so did the town's prosperity. By the early 1900s, Bodie was largely abandoned, and today, it stands as a well-preserved ghost town. Visitors can walk through the empty streets, peering into buildings that have remained untouched for over a century. The town's wooden structures have weathered the elements, giving it a haunting, frozen-in-time quality. Bodie is now a state historic park, drawing tourists who are fascinated by its Wild West history and eerie atmosphere. 9. Fordlândia, Brazil. Henry Ford's failed Utopia. Fordlândia was established in the Amazon rainforest by American industrialist Henry Ford in the 1920s as a rubber plantation and company town. Ford envisioned a utopia where workers could live and work in a model American-style community, complete with homes, schools, and recreational facilities. However, the project was a massive failure due to poor planning, the harsh jungle environment, and conflicts with local workers. The rubber trees did not thrive, and the town was abandoned in the 1940s. Today, the remains of Fordlândia are still visible, with decaying buildings overtaken by the jungle. Ford's vision of an industrial paradise never came to fruition, and the town is now a symbol of hubris and the limits of human ambition in the face of nature. 10. Craco, Italy, the medieval ghost town. Perched on a hilltop in southern Italy, Craco was once a thriving medieval village with a population that flourished for centuries. However, a series of natural disasters, including landslides, earthquakes, and floods, gradually forced the residents to abandon the town in the 1960s. Today, Craco stands as a hauntingly beautiful ghost town, with its crumbling buildings and narrow streets frozen in time. The town's unique location and well-preserved ruins have made a popular filming location for movies, but no one lives there anymore. The unstable ground and risk of further landslides make it too dangerous to inhabit. Craco's abandonment is a reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human settlements in the face of environmental change. Despite its desolation, the town's stunning views and rich history continue to attract visitors from around the world, making it a must-see destination for those interested in Italy's forgotten past. Thanks for watching. If you found this exploration of abandoned cities intriguing, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content on the world's most mysterious places. See you in the next video.